Well, hi there, everyone. Good morning, and thanks so much for joining us on this Tuesday morning here on Up with KREM. I'm Channing Curtis. Well, things are gonna get downright hot around here throughout the inland Northwest. So let's get right to meteorologist Thomas Patrick. Because Thomas, we had a little break yesterday, even though it was windy, and hopefully today we're staying in that kind of nice but warm.
Yeah, I like to call it comfortable because I don't like to say that it's cool in the afternoon, even though it was cooler than it was this previous weekend. But this morning is definitely on the cool side. But most importantly, it's not as windy for today. These are the wind gusts that we experienced yesterday, around 40 miles per hour, which is pretty feisty. It's not to that point where it's usually damaging, but obviously it was those winds that gave us the high fire danger from yesterday. We'll have more on some of those latest fires that did crop up yesterday in just a couple seconds here. But right now it's 51 degrees in Spokane with sunny skies, but a cooler morning thanks to that cold front that did move through yesterday. So this will definitely be the coldest point of the week, and there are a few locations that are in the 40s right now. Deer Park, one of our cooler spots, at 45, and Pullman on Palouse, 47 degrees as well. But with that sunshine out, it's going to warm up very quickly. Mid 80s, very comfortable for today, but some very hot temperatures are still in the forecast later on this week.
Overnight, fire crews let people in the town of Tyler return home after evacuating yesterday afternoon. Now, they downgraded all evacuation notices to level 1 for the Snider Road Fire. This morning, our Nicole Hernandez is joining us live from where that fire was burning just yesterday. So, Nicole, can you tell us more about what you are seeing right now there this morning?
So Cheney, right now I'm north of I-90 right near Fish Trap, and you can actually see part of where this fire burned yesterday afternoon into the evening as well. Here, I'd say we're a little bit out from I-90, maybe 100 or so yards, but as we are from here all the way to I-90, you can see that burn scar. And then on the other side of I-90 as well, because the fire did jump the freeway and closed the freeway for a couple of hours yesterday as this fire burned here in this area. I was able to talk to crews this morning. They told me that we're still at about 500 acres that the fire is burned. Later today, they're going to give a better idea of exactly how much burned, and they'll be able to reassess the evacuation levels. So right now, level 1 evacuation levels are still in effect for parts of this area, this Fish Trap area, Tyler as well. This is the map here. If you live in this area, make sure you're ready to leave if the fire gets worse. Yesterday, this whole area was under level 3 evacuations. The fire sparked at 3:05 and quickly burned 100 acres, again jumping I-90 and closing the freeway there. We did talk to a man who had to leave within just a few minutes of learning about the fire.
And I woke up to my phone screaming at me. I come outside to come check on what's going on. And the police pulled up instantly, said I need to get out of here for an evacuation. My mother called me, said, hey, is everything going all right? My mother's on the way to come check on you. I'm like, oh, I just got evacuated. Now I guess I'll head up towards your guys' place because I don't know what else to do.
So you can see some of the fire crews out here again this morning. I talked to some of the crews that have been working overnight here. They say they were able to stop forward progression yesterday afternoon or yesterday evening around 5 to 6 o'clock. So that's good, especially because of how windy it was yesterday with our critical fire danger. This morning, much cooler, much less windy, so much better conditions for the crews as they continue putting out hot spots and making sure this fire doesn't re-spark throughout the day. In Spokane, Nicole Hernandez, KREM 2 News.
Now, several smaller fires led to major smoke near downtown Ritzville yesterday. This smoke was so bad it prompted crews to close I-90 west of town for about an hour. No evacuations were put in place, but crews were asking people to avoid the areas where the fires were burning so that those crews could continue working. Now, during this wildfire season, we talk a lot about how much a fire is contained. But what does that even mean? Our Tom Sherry explains.
Planes and helicopters get a lot of attention in wildfires, but they mainly play a supporting role, slowing the fires down. This helps firefighters to build their main product, which is a fire line, a physical line in the earth, cleared of things that can burn. They cut line with bulldozers and hand crews, hacking out trees and brush as they go. Line can also be an existing highway or road. If crews keep the fire from jumping over it, calling a fire contained means making a fire line all around the fire. Then firefighters work toward control, putting out the hot spots to keep it from jumping over the line. In a really big fire, that can take months to do.
This morning, we have new developments in the case against Brian Kohberger, the man accused of murdering 4 University of Idaho students last year. The Latah County prosecutor says Kohberger must waive his right to a speedy trial if he wants to put proceedings on pause. Now, this comes after the judge in this case put a 37-day stay on proceedings so that the defense could review grand jury documents. The trial is scheduled for October 2nd right now, but it could go to trial more than a month later due to this pause. Under Idaho law, a defendant's trial must begin within 6 months of their arraignment unless they waive their right to a speedy trial. Because of that, prosecutors argue that it is possible Kohberger could later say that he was not brought to trial in a speedy manner and the entire case could be thrown out. They are now asking the judge to reconsider that 37-day pause. Kohberger's next hearing is scheduled for August 2nd. The Spokane City Council has a new president this morning. Lori Kinnear made history, becoming the first female president of the Spokane City Council. The council voted unanimously in favor of Kinnear. Former President Brian Beggs served his last meeting a week ago. Earlier this year, Governor Jay Inslee appointed him to serve as a judge for Spokane County Superior Court.
I love working with all of you, and we're going to get some stuff done, and we're going to continue to represent our constituents in the best way we can.
Right now, there is a vacancy for the District 2 representative. Applications for that position open today, and the deadline to apply is Friday, August 4th. It is 6:07 right now. Time for your morning rush. More news in less time. Spokane police arrested a 16-year-old girl in Riverfront Park after a fight with another teenager got out of hand. Police say the fight happened Sunday. When police found the teen, she reportedly threw a knife at them before attempting to run. The girl was arrested for several counts of assault, assaulting an officer, and unlawful handling of a weapon. A federal judge in Oregon ruled the state's newest gun control measure is constitutional. Measure 114 was narrowly passed last November. It bans the sale of high-capacity magazines and created a new permitting system for gun purchases. Supporters of the law argue that it will encourage gun safety and storage and help cut down the number of guns in Oregon. Opponents hope that it will be overturned in the U.S. Federal Court of Appeals. Today, the Colorado Rockies relief pitcher Tyler Kinley and infielder Brendan Rogers will both begin rehab assignments with the Spokane Indians. Kinley injured his elbow last year, and Rogers injured his shoulder during spring training earlier this year. Kinley is expected to pitch in tonight's home game against the Vancouver Canadians, and Rogers is also in the starting lineup. A protester is still perched in an 80-foot red cedar tree in Seattle's Wedgwood neighborhood. The man climbed the tree Friday to protest plans to cut it down to make way for new housing. The city says the tree can't get cut until a tree service provider applies for the required public notice, which hasn't happened yet. The protester says that he wants some kind of guarantee. Other activists, along with the Snoqualmie tribe, are also trying to save the tree. And that's a look at your morning rush.
6:09 on this Tuesday morning, not as windy outside. So unlike yesterday, will not be a windy day today. And then our temperatures are going to start to warm up from here on out. Basically, we had that cold front that moved through early yesterday morning, and we're feeling the cooler effects of it, but the winds have all departed. It's mostly over Montana and getting into Wyoming right now, those stronger winds. Those have departed the inland northwest, and while the cooler air is still here at the moment, the sunshine is going to even that out by this afternoon as we see temperatures in the mid-80s for today. And then it just gets a lot hotter from here on out. So no more worries about that cold front. Instead, we look at that heat dome to our south start to anchor a bit more over the west coast by the second half of this week. So we'll be tracking that and just how hot this upcoming weekend is expected to be.
Well, Thomas has been warning us triple-digit temperatures could be returning to our region later this week. Coming up in the next 5 minutes, how you can keep yourself safe while working in extreme heat. It is 6:10 right now, and it is time for our wake-up call this morning. Time flies when you're having summer fun. And this morning, we are talking all things summertime. We want to know, have you taken your summer vacation? Are your kids in a really cool summer camp? We want you to share the highlights of your summer with us so far. Text them to us at 509-448-2000 or post to social media and use the hashtag #UpWithKREM. Charity from Kashmir sent us a photo of her daughter and son-in-law and grandkids. They actually went to a water park a couple of weeks ago that looks looks like a lot of fun. I posted a couple of pictures of my mom and I. We went to Leavenworth and had a great time out there, and we went to Coeur d'Alene for the 4th of July cruise. So text us and let us know what you've been up to this summer. 509-448-2000.